I'm making nachos. Unlike I've made nachos before, I'm gonna make quesadilla nacho chips, nacho cheese sauce, guacamole, pickled jalapeños, pickled red onions, and braising some chicken in the Instapot. It's gonna be a banger. Let's get this shit popping. First thing we're gonna do is mix all of the braised chicken ingredients in the Instapot. So we're gonna make a makeshift Mexican seasoned blend by combining garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, a little bit of oregano, salt and pepper obviously, some cumin. Then I'm gonna add some diced chilies, some chipotle and adobo, a little bit of chicken stock, some lime juice, some orange juice, and set that aside. You know, it's funny, I used to stream a lot on Twitch, and I would make a Twitch stream, YouTube video, and Snapchat story all at the same time, and I called that maximum output. Let's talk about maximum output. There was a good 2 years where I streamed on Twitch 3 to 5 times a week. I was shooting on a 3-camera setup for the live, and a 2-camera setup that I used to film YouTube videos simultaneously. So I dubbed that entire thing maximum output. And before I had Jeff, I was doing that too here, even for regular videos. I had a top-down camera, a wide camera, a medium wide camera, and a tight camera all at the same time. And if you went down to the studio right now, there's a 4-camera setup. It's just for those times that I don't have anyone else. And that's maximum output. Oh, not to mention that I would also shoot for Snapchat, you know, little live snaps. Follow me on Snapchat. Seriously, if you don't already have an Instant Pot, I don't know how many more recipes I need to make to show you how good of an investment it is. We're gonna braise this chicken, make it fall apart, shredded chicken, in 20 minutes. Onto the pickles. We're gonna do this at the same time because essentially the pickling liquid for both are exactly the same. And I'm not really gonna season it too much. I'm really just gonna try and get the essence of each one. So we're gonna slice up some jalapeños, we're gonna slice up some red onions, and then we're gonna make the actual pickling liquid. When I say we, I mean me. Okay, let's pickle. We're gonna make a quick, that's milk. What am I doing? This is a new way to pickle things. We're using milk. All right, we're gonna quick pickle these vegetables. I got some white distilled vinegar here, and I'm gonna combine it with some salt and sugar, cook that down until the sugar and salt dissolves, and then add it to the onions and the jalapeños. 4 cups, and that was a half a cup, which means that recipe is times by 8, which means 2 teaspoons times 8 is 16 teaspoons. What's the conversion rate? Teaspoons to cups at that point. 48 teaspoons for a cup, a quarter cup. That was math. I'm gonna eye it. You're gonna eye it? That's about right. All right, the sugar, the salt has dissolved. We're gonna add this to the vegetables. All right, so these are good to go. We're gonna set them aside. When I say we, fuck, I mean me. These are good. I'm going to set them aside, let them come to room temperature as they pickle. Let's start making, what can we make now? I guess the quesadillas. Let's make the quesadillas. Psych! Fuck it, let's do the guac. We'll do the guac in here. Hurt my shoulder. Me hurt like screaming and acting like a real old person is because of that. Love California. I live in California. Avocados grow in California. Sure, you can get avocados on other coasts in other countries, but if they're not indigenous to there, it's not always gonna be perfect. Like, I'm spoiled. Every time I crack open an avocado, it's perfect. In fact, a bunch of my friends and some people on the East Coast are always like, where do you get them? Tell me where you get them. My backyard. Obviously, you can't get fresh avocados if you live in Michigan. Whoops. To the avocado, we're gonna add some seeded diced tomatoes. Keeping this one simple, okay? I'm not adding fresh onions because we have the pickled onions, so I'm gonna add onion powder. I'm gonna add some garlic powder as well, and I'm gonna add lime juice as well. So we're gonna hit a little bit of pepper, salt, clearly. My brain's mush. And a little cilantro. Now we're going to mush it up. not as ripe as I thought it would be. Just kidding. Gotta stop being a bitch. Pretty good. Okay, quesadilla time. I'm gonna use some Oaxaca cheese as the nacho chips, like inside the corn tortillas. I'm not even gonna say it. I know you know what I'm thinking, but I'm not even gonna say it. Just go back and look at the old videos. Okay, I'll say it. Guys, this thing right here, get it, because it'll change your life. Seriously, like I have a bum shoulder right now. Doing this doesn't hurt. That should tell it alone. While we're at it, let's also shred some cheddar cheese, which is gonna be for the nacho cheese sauce that goes on top of this entire thing. Release the hounds. Ooh. All right, this is good to go. It's literally falling apart. Let's transfer it to a bowl and shred it up. Like I barely have to even do anything and it's just falling apart. But to make this easier, I'm gonna grab a hand mixer and use that to shred this. Saw this on TikTok. Just kidding, it's not plugged in. This is so efficient. I just wanna do this all day. Just give me a bunch of braised meat and I'll just shred it up using this hand mixer. This is what my life has become. I actually get kicks out of this. Maybe you think TikTok is toxic. You know why? Because you're probably toxic. If your feed is all toxicity, it's curating that based on what you watch. So maybe you should look inward. For me, my TikTok is all food and food hacks, which I actually like because I learned things like using a hand mixer to shred chicken or other meats. And now that I think about it, if this TikTok ban happens, where the fuck am I gonna get hacks from? If you have a kitchen hack, drop a comment down below. All right, so we have our shredded chicken. It's kind of dry. What are we doing about that? Well, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do about that. This is the braising liquid that was left over. Just gonna add the entire thing on top of it. Yep, that's fucking awesome. Guys, this is, all the liquid is being absorbed by the chicken, which is pure, unadulterated flavor. That is a wild flavor bomb. I got some corn tortillas. I'm gonna lay them all down. We're going to cook these a little bit on either side, flip them, add cheese to 2 of them. So this is actually just 2, right? Cook them, flip them, cheese them, add them, flip them, cook them, cut them. Sounds about right. So I'm not trying to cook them completely because we're gonna actually deep fry these, believe it or not. But I do want to melt the cheese, that is essential. Actually, it doesn't even really matter at that point either because we're putting them in the deep fryer. All right, here's the deal. This is a corn tortilla quesadilla. We're gonna cut it into 6. Each one is filled with cheese, then we're gonna fry them. When I say we, I mean me, god damn it. I mean, I hope that the cheese doesn't just disintegrate in there. We're about to find out. I think it'll be okay. This is, I never test anything because that it alleviates all the fun of the way I cook. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you'll never know. All right, I know I said that I don't really test anything out, and that's true, but I'm gonna throw this in here just to see what happens to one of them before I napalm this garage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is it crispy? Only one way to find out. Will it burn my mouth? Also, only one way to find out. That's it, Jeff. That is it, buddy. The key is to keep it moving so they don't stick together. It's gonna get a little messy, but as long as the cheese sort of stays inside, I think we're okay. I think because I kind of cooked the tortillas before, they don't take as long to fry, which is a huge plus. Okay, last thing, we're doing it. We got a cheese sauce here. I got some sharp cheddar. This is gonna be weird because it's not like a traditional way on how to make nacho cheese, but you know, what would I be if I was traditional? Just another chef. This cheese is gonna get mixed with some cornstarch. Get it all coated. This This is what's gonna make this super thick. I'm gonna season it a little bit with some cayenne pepper because I want it to be a bit spicy, and a little bit of cumin. I want this to be real nacho-like. Not using regular milk, I'm using evaporated milk because blah, blah, blah. One time I heard a real chef say protein. We're gonna turn it on, not high. We're gonna go low, and then just keep mixing until a cheese sauce-like consistency is formed. This is nice, and it's literally turning out to be perfect. I did it again. I keep saying it's nice. It's not. It's really mean. It's a mean-ass nacho cheese sauce. All right, let's build our nachos. Now the key to these nachos is not necessarily layering them like you would normal nachos. That's because there's a lot going on in here, right? So I don't want to overcrowd the plate, per se. All right, remember I said we weren't gonna layer? I lied. Psych! We're layering. We're gonna add more cheese. You better believe it. All right, on top of that goes the shredded chicken. Sour cream. Couple globs of guac. Pickled jollies. Pickled red onions. And then cilantro. And that's how you take your nachos to a completely different place. This is wild. Every chip is a quesadilla. The best part is, let's just go in for it. Bro, this is wildly good. This is like the ultimate bite right here. Yeah, you're looking at it correctly. Check out the crunch. How many nachos do you think I've made in my life? Like 30, 40, like 60? These are the tastiest, hands down, without a doubt. Let me know what other nachos I should make, because I want it. I don't know, man. I might have put too many in there. All right, they're all sticking together. God damn it, the cheese is melting. Ah! That could have been bad. No, we're good.